was hoping for some water down there. 2 miles to the next aid station. Or 29 miles and I'm out of water. Feeling really parched. I didn't do this section well.
I had let myself get a little dehydrated, and that put my 16-hour finish to qualify for Vermont 100 in serious jeopardy. So my buddy Bob and I went and ran the Black Canyon. I did the 100K and Bob did the 60K. We happened to run into Jamel Curry during the Runners Expo, and I asked him if he had any advice for running the race. His biggest advice was run the first 25 miles super easy. Save plenty for the end because it gets difficult at the end. All right, it's 4:40 on race day, and we are at the shuttle pickup. Bob has completed the first part of his mission, which is to drop me off. Next step for you?
Go back, get ready, and head for my own shuttle.
Nice.
Who's going after a golden ticket today? Who's going after their Western States qualifier today? Who's just gonna have a good frickin' time today?
Good luck to everybody.
The course was great. It's a point to point. They bus you out to it. You start the first part of it on Meyer High School track. You run a loop around the track, then run through town, and then out to the ancient trails of the Black Canyon. And that's kind of nice because you start out with a bunch of people and it thins out naturally by the time you get out to the course.
First mile and a half paved and dirt road. Sun's coming up. It's gonna be a great day.
Start out on a plateau and then work your way down. It's a net loss, but there's lots and lots of climbs throughout, and pretty challenging. A very rocky course, very intense that way.
All right, 14 miles in, and the first 60K guy just passed me. But we're down here in the flats. I don't know if it's flats or not, but it's kind of down in the canyon belly. And about 5 miles to go to Bumblebee Aid Station, which will be a third of the race. So far, so good. All right, so the advice Jamal gave me was to run the first 25 nice and easy. Had a marathon in now, and I feel like it's been nice and easy. 5.5 hour marathon, so that's pretty easy, but I'm a little ahead of my pace, so we'll see. But the scenery has just been absolutely stunning.
I took full advantage of the drop bags and had a drop bag at around mile 20, one at mile 38, and then another one at 51. The game plan was to run with my hydration vest to that first drop bag at 20 miles in, and would run with the water bladder on the back and keep my weight on the back, and then at that point shift the weight to the front of the vest and switch to the soft flask, which I did. The problem was I hadn't been drinking enough up to that point and didn't realize it until I was already en route, and the water bottles weren't enough once I got a little dehydrated. So from Gloriana Mine to Soap Creek is about 7 miles, and during that time I ran out of the water that I had taken with me trying to catch up. That caused me to get dehydrated and a little bit behind. I had to spend more time at Soap Creek, and then I had to spend significant time at Black Canyon, which is at mile 38. 45 minutes, in fact, and that really put my race in jeopardy. The good side of it was that it allowed me to see Bob coming in for his big finish on the 60K.
Look at you, monster. I was hoping this might be the case. You're having a hell of a race.
I think you're pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah, thanks.
But that 45 minutes was extremely well invested because it helped me recover. And coming out of Black Canyon, you've got a 3-mile climb. You don't go up 3 miles, but the climb is 3 miles long. And during that whole time, I just kept recovering and recovering and recovering. And then from that point on, I felt great. In fact, last 15 miles of the race, I passed 32 people. I was on fire. I felt really good.
It is a lot of downs and ups and ups and downs. Coming down and down, but I can see the up. There's actually water in this creek, but we made it across without getting too wet on our feet. Just a little muddy. Mud. Even road shoes should have a little mud on. Thing.
Came into the last aid station and I had just an hour and 2 minutes to make my 16-hour cutoff. And I thought for sure I had a little over 4 miles to go. I thought it was doable, but I wasn't sure I'd be able to pull it off, get the sub 15-minute miles to be able to make that happen in under an hour. I asked the aid station workers how far to the finish line, and they said 3.5 miles. And I said, really? Like legitimately 3.5 miles? Like, you're not just saying like it's downhill all from here? And they're like, no, it's 3.5 miles. And I turned to them and I said, so I can make it in under 16 hours. And they looked at me and they were like, I don't know if you can make it or not. I mean, I think most of the people coming in at that point could. And I said, I can make it. I got to go. See you. And I took off out of that aid station. I ran the last 3.5 miles, had great pace on it, and managed to finish in 15 hours and 45 minutes. Man, that felt good to make my qualification for Vermont 100. Felt pretty happy with the results. 435 runners started the race and 352 finished. I finished 229th, 162nd in my age group, and first place out of Missouri residents. Yeah, I mean, there was also last place in Missouri residents, but still, out of all the people in Missouri, I'm the only one that ran the race. That should count for something. Swag for the race is pretty good. Buff, t-shirt, sticker, and of course, finisher buckle. I gotta find a belt worthy of holding this buckle.
Okay. If you speak honesty, everyone will listen at Black Canyon 60K.
All right, here's the fortune cookie for the Black Canyon 100K.
Demonstrate refinement in everything you do at the Black Canyon 100K.
Not bad.